Joining us this morning is Harvey Earls with Bethel Baptist Church in Robertsdale. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
We wanted to continue this hour talking about the idea of church and pastoral involvement in the community. So in what ways does God call a congregation to serve its community?
When I look out over my congregation on Sunday morning, I see a diverse group of people with many gifts. Some of them are good at doing things I can't do. They're not all Pastor Harvey, and thank goodness. It would be a blight upon the world if they were, you know. And so we look at how God has gifted us with spiritual gifts, with our talents, our hobbies, our passions, and I believe each one of us can evaluate those things and look at how we can use those to serve our fellow man in the name of Jesus Christ.
How does this sort of work help a church remain relevant?
Well, there's relevancy and there's relevancy, you know.
Okay.
Some people might say relevant, are you big and shiny and trendy, and we're not, and I'm not interested, but that's not what you're asking. You're asking, how can we be relevant to our mission? And one of my favorite things is if a church member gets to, let's see, James chapter 1, where it says true religion is to visit widows and orphans in their affliction. And then they connect that with a moment that with their church body, hey, I was just over at a widow's house visiting them. That's the relevancy I want. Biblical relevancy, Christ-centered relevancy. That's my favorite relevancy to have.
How do you avoid a church having an inward focus?
Well, it's easy for a church to be all about itself, just as it is easy for a person to be all about themselves, to worry about how they look. But we have to be also engaged in our community. We have to realize that we are not just called to, the old expression is sit, soak, and sour, but that there has to be an outward element to our faith, tremendous outward element to our faith.
All right, Harvey Earls with Bethel Baptist Church in Robertsdale. We thank you for joining us for this edition of Faith Time on News 5 this morning. Coming up next.